Meet Sam. Sam does everything right. Every month, Sam puts $500 into a savings account. Sam's bank says, "Great job, Sam." And in 30 years, Sam will have lost over $400,000. Not spent, not gambled away, lost by saving. That math sounds broken. Give me 7 minutes and I'll show you it isn't. First, let's be clear. Saving money is not the mistake. The mistake is where the money sleeps. The average traditional savings account in the US pays around 0.5% interest per year. Meanwhile, inflation runs at roughly 3%. Your money is in a race, and it's losing by 2.5 laps every single year. Here's what that feels like in real life. $100 in the year 2000 buys you about $54 worth of stuff today. Same bill, same wallet, half the groceries. Nobody stole it. It just quietly evaporated. Economists call it loss of purchasing power. I call it the only tax nobody votes on. And your bank knows this. That's the part that should bother you. They take your deposit, pay you 0.5%, lend it out at 6, 7, 22% if it's a credit card, and pocket the difference. Your savings account isn't a vault. It's their inventory. Let's run Sam's numbers for real. $500 a month, every month, for 30 years. That's $180,000 saved. In a traditional savings account at 0.5%, Sam ends up with about $190,000. Sounds fine until you remember inflation shrank what that money can actually buy. Now, the alternate universe. Same Sam, same $500 a month. But instead of a savings account, it goes into a boring, diversified index fund, the kind that just buys a tiny slice of the entire stock market. Historically, that's returned about 7% a year after inflation, over long periods. No stock picking, no crypto roller coaster, just the market. 30 years later, Sam has roughly $600,000. Same discipline, same monthly habit, same coffee budget. The only difference is where the money sat. That gap, $600,000 versus $190, is the $400,000 cost of playing it safe. And no, that's not a get-rich-quick promise. It took 30 years. It's a get-rich-slow promise. The least sexy, most reliable deal in finance. So why doesn't everyone do this? Because your brain was built for a world with tigers, not index funds. Watching your investments dip 10% feels like danger. A savings account never dips. It just quietly loses every year, and your brain calls that safety. Slow, invisible losses don't trigger the alarm. Fast, visible wobbles do. The bank's marketing does the rest. FDIC insured, guaranteed, zero risk. All technically true, your number is guaranteed. What that number can buy, not guaranteed, not even close. Risk didn't disappear, it just changed costumes. So here's the boring, sensible playbook. Not financial advice, financial literacy. 3 buckets. Bucket 1, your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses. This money's job is to exist, not to grow, but at least put it in a high-yield savings account. They pay around 4% right now, roughly 8 times the traditional ones. Same insurance, same access, one afternoon to open. The single laziest money upgrade that exists. Bucket 2, money you'll need within 5 years. The car, the wedding, the house deposit. Keep it out of the stock market. 5 years is short enough for a bad market to ruin your plans. High-yield savings or certificates of deposit. Boring is the strategy. Bucket 3, everything long-term. And this is where the $600,000 math lives. Low-cost index funds, ideally inside tax-advantaged accounts like a 401k or a Roth IRA. If your employer matches your 401k contributions, take it. That's a literal 100% instant return, and people skip it. Skipping the match is turning down free money to be polite. That's it. That's the whole system. No day trading. No hot tips from a guy on the internet with a rented Lamborghini. Automate the transfers, then go live your life. So, is saving $500 a month keeping you poor? Saving? No. Parking it where it loses a race to inflation every year for 30 years? Quietly, yes. The difference between the two Sams was never effort. It was information. And now you have it. If this changed how you think about your savings account, subscribe. Next video, we're doing the $7 coffee myth and why skipping lattes was never going to make anyone rich. Spoiler, the math is even funnier than this one. Quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. It's education. Numbers like returns and rates are historical averages and current estimates. Your situation is your own. Do your research or talk to a professional before moving money.